Yo, only haters. We back. Me and P in the building. We about to run our first two-man pause. Big pause. Both of us on the pod. No guest for the first time. You can tell by my voice I'm a little under the weather. Your boy I might be soft. I got COVID in 2023. I might be on fraud watch. But
DNA
all
not
right.
it ain't there, man. Your DNA ain't.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I do not have championship COVID DNA. It's a little upsetting. But P, how you living, man?
I'm living good, man. I'm ready to talk to my boy. Like you said, our first two man, no pause. Take it how you want it. I don't really care. But
Whoa, bigger pause. Damn, son.
I'm just swearing, man. But yeah, we living, we here. Got a Cat Crave article out, writing some articles with MMG. Stay tuned. So everything going good, bro. How you feeling, JK?
I'm all right, man. The fever's broke. So we're chilling now. I just got all this junk in my head. Pause again. God dang, bro. We having a pause cast. This ain't a podcast. P over here talking about take the two man how you want it and cat crave. I'm over here talking about junk in my head. This shit might be the most explicit episode yet, bro. Hey, all right, bro. You know the NFL season. We dead ass like what, a week and a half away?
Week and a
If
half,
that.
man. We got a
So
false preseason week, and then
yeah, we got that
into it.
bullshit. Basically, that shit ain't even called preseason week. That shit should be called fantasy draft week because that's when everybody be doing their draft. Because you got to make sure no one get injured. But yeah, we do get some college football. We got week 0 this week. Caleb Williams trying to talk about how he don't know if he entering the draft yet. Stop playing. Come on now, bro. Be serious.
Yeah,
and then
tripping.
And then we get North Carolina, South Carolina next week in Charlotte at Bank of America. It's going to be fun. Yeah. And before we get into the NFL talk, shameless plug. Just started a new show with the Believe Podcast Network called Chapel Hill Thrill. Check it out. And P, as he just mentioned, he writing for Cat Crave. He dropping articles, straight fire all the time. So go check him out as well. And of course, if you're here with us on Multiplicity, hit that sub button. We got content coming for you. And P and I got some special content coming soon.
I can't wait. Don't even tell him yet. Don't even tell him yet.
I can't. We got to keep it. We got to keep it on the DL, but it's gonna be fine. So P has been in his writing bag, as an attestation to his writing. We are gonna do a little something. Might be a little foreshadowing to an article that Mr. Codename Davis is gonna write himself. So P, bring the people in. What are we cooking, man? What we about to talk about?
We cooked, man. We cooked with this one. Like you said, a little foreshadowing for the article that may or may not be dropping here soon. But we talked about our top 5 quarterbacks in the NFL right now. You know, just my little opinion. Some people may disagree. Some people may agree. But I'm definitely interested to like see how JK talk about it and how I'm about to talk about it. So let's get into it, bro. Like, what we on?
I mean, we can basically skip number 1. I mean,
yeah, let's do that. Yeah,
there's not even a debate, really. I mean, if you don't think Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback in the league, you're either very, very stupid,
right,
a Chiefs hater, or you just
Antonio Brown,
or you just like to zag. And that's it. I mean, he's the best quarterback in the league. I mean, it's not even close. Like, it's pretty obvious. Undisputed. But I do want to tie something into this, and I think this is insane, is how, like, I don't really understand how it ended up like this, but it seems like almost all of the elite QBs, excluding 1 or 2 guys, are in the AFC. Like, the top 5 could be all AFC, unless you include Jalen Hurts, which, I mean, I don't know. That's
people. Like I said, the article is spicy. Like I said,
because me personally, at 2, God, see, this is tough. But for me personally, I would say Burrow, because like he made it to the bowl. Josh Allen hadn't done that yet. He did take an L, but I mean, and he does have insane weapons, but the first 2 years of Buddy's career, he was getting absolutely obliterated every time he dropped back in the pocket and
He
still
still
went to
do,
the
bro.
bowl.
He still
And
do.
like, bro went to the bowl. I don't remember the exact stat, but he went to the bowl, I think, taking the most hits under pressure like ever. And I don't know, man. I just think Joe has that thing to him. Like he's got that DNA. I think Allen is cool, but I think Burrow and Mahomes is that real
That test.
Brady Manning rivalry. I don't think it's anyone else. But yeah, who you got it to?
And number 2, I also have Joe Burrow. It's just everything about him, bro. Like he's just tough. He changed the whole, bro. He changed Cincinnati in a blink of an eye. Like we saw what he did at LSU, came right in, had a nasty injury rookie year, but he ultimately like really changed Cincinnati for the better. Him and Jamar, of course. And I got him at number 2. He just does things that other quarterbacks don't do without being mobile. You know what I'm saying? So this is a big testament to him. So even if you watch the quarterback show on Netflix, hopefully everybody has by now. It's been out. So there ain't even a point in putting a spoiler warning on this. Like Mahomes talked about Burrow like a true rival, like his only competition. And that told me everything I needed to know. So it's my number 2.
Yeah. And then number 3 to me, it's pretty easy. I mean, I think number 3 is pretty comfortably Josh Allen. I wouldn't have an issue if you have Allen at number 2, but he does still make a lot of mistakes. So, I mean, if you don't have him at number 3, like I can also see that. There's a couple reads that, like, Josh Allen is very reliant on the athletic ability. He doesn't have the football mind that Burrow or Mahomes has, but his physical attributes are insane. And, I'm not going to say it's Allen's year because I said that last year and it was not Allen's year. I just think he still has to polish up. I still think he turns the ball over too much. I still think he runs way too reckless and could end up being Cam Newton-esque, getting injured, lowering his shoulder. Like, it's too much. I get it. You're big, but come on, bro. Like, you lowering your shoulder on these people. And I know that hit to the heart, P, but
It did,
it's
bro.
facts.
It did.
But
It
who you got at 3, man?
This is where things get spicy, JK. At number 3, I had Jalen Hurts.
Okay.
Not gonna lie. I mean, at number 3, had Jalen Hurts. Unlike Josh Allen, he don't turn the ball over that much. He really doesn't turn the ball over that much. He only had 6 interceptions last year, over 5,000 all-purpose yards. And bro, he's just that leadership, bro. Like the leaps that he's taken from rookie year to sophomore year to now, leaps and bounds. Although his team is dummy better, I just like Jalen Hurts, man. And that weaker competition in the NFC just makes him look 10 times better. So yeah, give me Jalen Hurts at 3. No disrespect to Josh Allen, though. I know a lot of people gonna cook me for this one.
I mean, so I'm bold on this list in a little bit of a different way. So I actually have Hurts at 5. Just because I give him his credit. He is a top 5 quarterback in the league. But if any of the 4 guys excuse me, ahead of him had the situation he had last year, do they lose? Is like Hurts is very smart. He's very surgical. He doesn't make mistakes. He doesn't make risky decisions. He doesn't throw it into double and triple coverage. He is a very smart and surgical passer. He takes what the defense gives him in terms of running. He's the best read option guy in the league by like a very wide margin. But I just like that line and what he had around him. Like, I don't want to discredit him because he is still top 5. But me personally at 4, P, you probably going to love me for this one, but I got to go Herbert.
Herbo?
Because, I mean, look, bro.
Herbo?
Herbert, I just want him to get 1 year, bro.
They gonna cook you for this. I just want you to know they're gonna cook you for this.
That's fine. Give him 1 year, bro. Just let my man get 1 year, full health. Full health around him. Bro might have had the most unlucky and unfortunate situation of any quarterback we've seen in terms of they should have been way better than they are, but the
Facts.
injury bug hits him every year. And look at the numbers he's still putting up. Like,
Insane.
and like, bro, I don't want to hear nothing about, bro, but he hasn't won. He hasn't done this. Brother, what has Aaron Rodgers won in like the last 15 years? And y'all still had him as the second best quarterback for how many years?
This is why they did Rodgers like that though. He wasn't winning bowls, but he was winning all them MVPs. He was taking all them Jones. That's probably why. Herbert ain't even got nothing individually. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I guess since you put Herbert at 4, I followed up with Josh Allen at 4. The reason why, once again, I had him below Hurts is the turnovers. Like, I had him below him because of the turnovers. It's just, I don't like it, bro. Like, if you're going to be elite, you need to be elite. And then you were compared to Mahomes a couple years. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, bro. It just don't sit right.
No, like, look, I literally have zero problem with anyone who has Hurts, even as high up as third, bro. Like, he is a super smart quarterback. Like, and the way he carries himself as a leader dates all the way back to Alabama with, he got benched. They put in Tua, and he was, like, insanely great about it. Also, I apologize if you're watching the video. My light keeps flickering. I can't figure out why, but I'm gonna figure it out for next week, so don't worry. But I just like, I don't know. I got to move him down a couple spots because bro's fumble did probably cost them the Super Bowl. So you know what I'm saying? Like we gotta.
It did. It did.
And like, look, I'm not even outside of Mahomes, bro. Realistically, have 2 through 5, whoever you want. Like, I don't even care, bro. Like, it's so damn open. The only spot that cannot be taken is the top spot. Like, there's no way anyone's dethroning Mahomes. And that 2 through 5, it is nice that we have a lot of good quarterbacks in the league now. The league needed it. Like, we kind of went through a dry spell, but
we did have a lot of Brady Rodgers and a massive drop off.
Bro, it was bad, but now at least it's like Mahomes drop off, and then it's like
a solid. It's like Mahomes, and it's like 2 through 8 that are like dummy close. Because on my list, well, foreshadowing once again on the list, I said Lamar Jackson and Aaron Rodgers can easily enter the top 5 by the year that they have this year. Easily.
I mean, bro, like, one of them dudes. That's what I'm saying. Like, that was the guy I almost put in over Herbert, which would have bumped Hurts up before, but Lamar. And the only reason I can't, bro, is because, like, you know how I feel. The best ability is availability. And my man's just been hurt. I mean, that's just all there. Like, he can't stay healthy, bro. And I hate it because if he can stay healthy, the NFC North about to be a movie, or the AFC North about to be a movie.
Absolutely.
Oh, bro, it's gonna be so fun. Deshaun, Lamar, the Steelers are really, really good. Burrow, well, I don't know how long Burrow's gonna end up being out with that non-contact shit, but they keep going back and forth. But the Steelers obviously had the worst quarterback, but shit, they might have the best all-around roster. That defense is nasty, but I don't know. It's gonna be fun. So P, that's kind of rounding out the top 5 quarterbacks. I look forward to you dropping this article. We're gonna have
appreciate that, man.
We're gonna have it linked so y'all can go tap in.
Make sure y'all click on that, man. And then I mean, I like the list, man. I like your list. I like what you did with Herbert at 4. I feel like he's underappreciated. If I had to really compliment, it's only haters want to compliment your list. I feel like a lot of people hate on Herbert. So I like to see Herbert love. I really do.
Bro, it's just, my thing is like, dog. And I'm not even, like, you see the damn banner behind me. I'm obviously a Patriots fan, but, like, bro, with those mid receivers that we have, I am confident that if you put Herbert on the Patriots with that coaching and that defense and that run scheme, you're telling me bro doesn't get to some AFC championships, to a Super Bowl? Like, and the Patriots aren't even that good of a of a foundation. They probably do have a top 5 defense, but offensively they're not. But I think you could genuinely name 8 teams that if Herbert was their quarterback last year, they might have had a completely different destiny.
This year I'm going to be on that train where Herbert need to do something.
Exactly.
Your head coach is still bad, but you get Kellen Moore. Kellen Moore is a top OC. One of the best OCs in the league. I think he got scapegoated out of Dallas. It's cool. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, whatever. He did. 100%.
So you and Herbert now. Y'all, they went out and got Quentin. Y'all are healthy. Austin Eckler is actually going to play instead of sitting out like he should. And yeah, bro, you got everything you need. So it's time to go do it. If you don't do it this year, then it might come down on the list a little bit.
Yeah, no, that's how I feel. Like, I feel the same way about Justin Herbert. Obviously same but different as I do about Mac Jones. Herbert drops out of my top 5 if he doesn't do anything this year because I know the talent's there. I know the ability's there. If your team stays healthy, you have to win. You have to get somewhere. And then with Mac Jones, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt last year because you didn't have an offensive coordinator. But, like, if you suck this year, like, you're done. So it's like, I don't know. I would love to see Herbert win, though. But, P, there is a man in the NFL right now. He's been, I would say, at least towards the forefront of news here recently. And that is Mr. Jonathan Taylor. Mr. If you drafted him in fantasy last year, you hated your life. Mr. I'll be honest, I think he's overrated, but it's okay.
Is that a true statement?
Like, I do think he's overrated. I do think he's overrated. But look, man, me and you got opposite viewpoints on this, so I know it's going to be an interesting convo. I am against, like, top tier running backs, except for maybe 2 or 3 of them, and I know you're very pro running back. But with a guy like Jonathan Taylor, he wants a lot, and people are shocked. First off, I don't see why people are shocked at the trades that came out in terms of values. Yeah. McCaffrey went for a 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and a 2024 5th. You're telling me, like, first off, McCaffrey is better than Jonathan Taylor. That is the best running
back in the league. Let's go ahead and say that.
But my thing is outside of CMC, who can completely change your offense, outside of Derrick Henry, who can completely change your offense, and outside of Saquon, who can completely change your offense, and maybe Chubb. Like, bro, I'm just saying, is there really that big of a difference between Jonathan Taylor and
like a DeAndre Swift? Is that what you about to say? Or
and like a little bit more Ramondre Stevenson? Like, is there that big of a difference? Like, straight up.
JT's kind of not fair to judge in a way. You know what I'm saying? Because when he's on the field, he's pretty damn good.
Yeah.
But he can't stay on the field. But it's also like the Colts had the best offensive line like 2 years ago. So, like, was he an offensive line merchant or like he's weird to judge. He's weird to judge.
That's my problem, bro. Like, you notice Taylor gets worse as soon as Quentin Nelson got worse. Like, Quentin Nelson's first year in the league, bro could pull to any side and there was a hole for Taylor and he was taken off. Like, bro, every running back in the league can do that shit with that line. And I do understand, like, the quarterback play has been really bad. It's hard to run when they know you're going to run, yada, yada, yada. But like I said, bro, if you're not one of those 4 running backs that I just named, I don't believe that you're worth that much in a trade. And I just don't think, I don't know.
Let me ask you something. Where do you rank him, Jonathan Taylor? Just for any viewers, y'all can type in on Twitter or anything. What is the difference between Jonathan Taylor and Eckler or a Josh Jacobs? Where do you have that? Where do you have that?
So the biggest difference, I think Jacobs is actually a pretty damn good comparison. Jacobs and Taylor, I think they're probably in that maybe 7 to 9 range in terms of running backs. They're both really good runners. They're physical. They're downhill. They come at you with square shoulders. They make you hit them. They make you hurt when you try to hit them. They can catch passes, but they don't get utilized in that way. Eckler and Kamara are the 2 guys who are on the precipice of that top 4, but they're not quite there. because of what they do receiving out of the backfield. Like Eckler and Kamara bring a pass catching element that Jonathan Taylor just doesn't. I mean, you go back and look at the year he had 2 years ago. All those good games were like Derrick Henry-esque games where he was getting a
He
buck
was toting
80, a buck
26
80 and like
carries.
2-3 tutties. He's not a pass catcher. And to me, if you aren't Derrick Henry, obviously you see like he's hurt. And he's hurt because he's way smaller than Derrick Henry and trying to do the same thing as Derrick Henry. That's hard. If he could catch that's like if you're not Derrick Henry or Nick Chubb, who is Nick Chubb's a different specimen, bro. Like he's
Yeah, Chubb
big
is, yeah,
and
he really
he's
big.
like, I think he's literally like 2 yards ahead of everyone in terms of yards after contact since he's been in the league. Like that's a different dude. Like you can't if you're not that level of physicality and you still can't, you're not really a weapon out of the backfield for screens, for 5 yard slants, quick outs. It's hard for me to really boost your value in the game. It's like, and like for example, let me ask you this: if the Panthers traded some picks, like let's say it's
Which is
NFL.
I've heard.
NFL trades are so weird, bro. Because like, and in the NBA you got to ship some players. In the NFL, you really only ship picks. Like you could maybe throw in Miles Sanders, whatever. But even if you didn't, if you offered a second, a third, second and third was like the best offer I saw. So if you offered a second and third and then put like a 2025 fifth on top of that, and you were to get Jonathan Taylor,
Am
do
I
you really
happy?
feel like that moves the needle like a shit ton for the Panthers? As much as it would if you traded that for Derrick Henry
So
or
okay, like
Chubb?
let's keep it a stack here. Like, so are you asking me in terms of would it be a committee with him and Miles, or will we give up Miles, or
Like Jonathan Taylor is basically the same role he was 2 years ago, where he's the workhorse, but then you also probably use Blackshear as your or Chuba as your pass catching back.
I would be fine, bro. I would be fine with that. The only problem I have once again is Jonathan Taylor. He's injury prone, bro. Like he's injury prone, and I don't know how good he would do behind our current offensive line. We've been seeing that with the preseason, so I don't know how we do with our current offensive line. But if you're asking me, like in terms of Henry or Chubb, it's not the same. It's really not the same. It can be like he has a ceiling to be like those guys, but I don't think it would be at this point in time. Me
Yeah, and
personally,
I just don't
we could
like it's
totally be wrong
cool.
though, which is the great thing about sports.
Yeah,
Totally be
and
wrong.
it's cool that he's showing up to camp and stuff, but the way he handled it at first, like I think the problem is the league has to find the happy medium, because I'm even guilty of this. Like me and you are the perfect example. We're the antithesis. I'm in the like running backs have little value. You're in the running backs have high value. And that's the problem of the medium we have to find is the running backs in the league think that they're too valuable, and the non-running backs in the league think that they have no value at all. We got to meet in the middle, because like you just can't have two extremes like that. But
I
I
mean,
mean, I don't know.
it was the graphic for me of the people that are like the last 10 Super Bowl winners, and I'm like, bro, well, two of those are Mahomes, probably three or four of those were Tom Brady, and it's like you can't really do that, bro. Like with the Patriots, JK, like
Yeah.
we could talk about the value of a running back for the Patriots. Okay, y'all never really had stout, crazy running backs when y'all had Brady. So, but the year that y'all did and LeGarrette Blunt, y'all had a committee with LeGarrette Blunt, et cetera, et cetera. Y'all won a Super Bowl with flying colors. So like it's I'm in between. You know what I'm saying? Like it's either you're gonna have a stud or you're gonna have a committee. You just gotta
No,
you
I'm
gotta
with
pick.
that. And the Patriots are an unfair example because one, they always had James White. So
Yeah.
there's that. Like he he was the pass catching guy. I mean, most of the time in fourth quarters, he probably played 70% of the fourth quarter snaps for like a majority of his career. And then the other thing is like that graphic is so unfair because you can make the argument there's one thing that's going to outweigh a good running back, and that is the type of quarterback you need to win a Super Bowl. You have to, like, if you have an elite quarterback, your running back doesn't matter. So, like, of course, Mahomes and Brady can win with shitty running backs.
Yeah.
Like they don't even need running backs, bro. Like Brady and Mahomes are the type of dudes that if they just have one out there as a decoy and they literally passed every single down, they'd probably still find a way to win. So it's like the point that we're making here. See, this is the thing. Super Bowl is the ultimate goal, but it's also, in my opinion, the hardest thing to do in professional sports is win a Super Bowl, most likely, because you get one chance. It's not a series like other sports. You get beat up all year. This is the question I would ask those people that bring up that graphic is there's only one team that's winning the Super Bowl. The chances of it being your team are very slim. So I would ask you this. Would you rather have a shitty running back and you have a really good quarterback, you still don't really have a chance of winning the Super Bowl because your team's not that good, or take the Titans model of success with an absolute insane physical specimen at running back with an average quarterback, and they haven't won anything, but they're there every single year because of the value that a good running back can bring. Like, obviously, it's Derrick Henry, so it's a little different. And I'm still more on the side of there's too many good running backs to pay all of them. But, like, there are certain guys that are at that level. So that graphic is a little misleading to me because it's like
I can't remember the last time a Super Bowl. I mean, I guess you could say Nick Foles and the Eagles running backs, like Corey Clement, like that wasn't really a great committee. I mean, they did their job, but it was like that was just one of those games. But even Nick Foles played in that moment. Nick Foles battled with Tom Brady, mano a mano, you know. So it was like that graphic is unfair. So, like, I mean,
especially when it's like I think about it in the sense of I just like I get paying that select group of guys, but it's hard because it's like, okay, put one of those guys that are in that group right now, and let's say put Nick Chubb on the Chiefs. Okay, the Chiefs can win with Pacheco at running back because of how good Mahomes is. But if you give the Chiefs Nick Chubb, they might not lose a game. So that's like,
bro,
there is something to be said for it.
It's a round table because the better your quarterback looks, the more it makes it looks like no position is valuable. Mahomes just won a Super Bowl with Juju, and Brady was winning Super Bowls with Hogan and Edelman. And I mean, shout out Edelman. That's my dog. Come on. We ain't gonna do that. But like your quarterback's that good, you know what I'm saying? You don't need anything. So
and y'all about to see what Juju looked like as a number one with a mediocre quarterback. Trust me. Y'all about to see how special that Mahomes shit was. I hope I'm wrong, but
so I mean, just a round table, bro. I just feel like if these guys are doing things that are fucking earth breaking, bro, like Derrick Henry, give him his bag, bro. He deserved his money. He carried you to this point. Chubb, he deserved his money. Jonathan Taylor was the only, bro. Carson Wentz was the quarterback. He was the only bright spot of your team. Pay the man. Just give these dudes what they deserve. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I understand contracts are an investment, but they need to start like looking at it like, okay, we're gonna pay you out, but it should just be like a year or two deal. That's how I feel.
The last thing on it for me is like, to me, the issue is if you look through the top ones, it just doesn't necessarily correlate to success. Like Derrick Henry has. Christian McCaffrey didn't until he went to San Francisco. No offense, P.
It happens,
it happens. Saquon did last year, and I think he will because he's different. Nick Chubb is not. Eckler has not. Kamara has not.
Okay, so what are we saying? Like has not. What do we like? Has not.
equated to winning and success.
I mean, I guess. I mean, Chubb did go to a divisional
So
against the Chiefs.
it's just hard
I
because
mean, I
it's
mean,
like it's like I don't know. I'm so torn on the running back discussion because
I got a little rebuttal on Chubb though. It's like, bro, they were playing with Baker Mayfield and Tyrod Taylor, and they was winning 8 games because of him. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, without Chubb, you're winning probably 4 games. Chubb wins them at least 4 games. So like that's what I mean.
yeah,
Like they add value to your win loss like column. Like the Panthers and McCaffrey. Like okay, this season we won like 5 games. McCaffrey probably won you 3 of those 5. Like you know what I'm saying. So like that's how I equate it a little bit. I don't know. It's interesting. That's why I like viewers. You know what I'm saying. They tell us. They tell us these things.
yeah. I don't know. I'm on the fence about it. I think the only real difference between me and you is that you just think more guys deserve to get paid than I do. I think there's like
Oh, for
3
sure, right
that
on.
deserve to get paid, or
For
maybe
sure, right
4.
on.
But I think you think there's probably like 8 or 9, which is
Oh
cool.
yeah.
I mean, that's fine. So, yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see where Taylor goes. Before we head into the next segment, do you have a dream destination?
Yo, anybody but Philly, bro. Like
Yeah, if he goes
anybody,
to Philly, we could have problems.
like anybody but Philly. I mean, dream destination. I would like to say there's not too many teams that you just would go out and trade for a running back because like
I've got a
I feel
good
like
one.
I feel like only contender. No, Buffalo. I think Buffalo is the spot where I'm like, okay, I don't think they got bread for it, but it's like,
No, because they're dumb. They spent
yeah,
bread on Damian Harris, but I got a good one. Baltimore. J.K. Dobbins can't stay healthy. I just don't think Justice Hill is good. Bro, if Lamar stays healthy and you have J.K. Dobbins as the third down guy, that Lamar and Jonathan Taylor option,
crack in the '80s.
oh, insane. I don't know. It'd be cool. I don't know if the Ravens will do it, but yeah, it'd be interesting. So
It would be interesting. I
so
would
P
love
and
that
I
though.
P and I got a little segment we about to bring to you. So
Let's get it.
obviously we're only haters. So we're not gonna do no basic ass buy and sell. Like I don't know what you're talking about with some buy or sell. We're
I'm
gonna
not
do
buying shit.
hate or appreciate. Is you
Let's do
gonna
it.
hate on this or is you gonna appreciate it? So P,
Let's do it.
rapid fire.
Rabbit, come
We're
on.
gonna do like 3 each.
Come on.
You go first. Hit me with one.
All right. So, do you hate or appreciate the Patriots roster?
Oh, honestly, bro, appreciate top 5 defense. I like the backfield a lot, especially bringing in Zeke for short yardage situations. Finally got an offensive coordinator. My last chance with Matt. I like it. All
I
right.
like it.
Hate or appreciate P, what you've seen out of Bryce Young so far in the preseason.
I appreciate it. I'm not gonna lie. Numbers wise, it's not great, but it's only 12 throws. But everything that I've seen with Bryce Young, the poise, the confidence, the leadership, I'm good with it. I'm ready to see my man's play for real. I appreciate it for now. You asked me in week 6, it could change. Who knows? I'm just saying, but I'm gonna stick with my guy. BY9, we up. For sure. All right, JK. Do you hate or appreciate the Chiefs going back to back?
Okay, so I'm gonna say hate just because I don't think they're going to. Obviously, I'm not gonna hate on anyone that says that. Like, if you think that, like, you're smart. I'd bet on Mahomes before I bet on anyone else. I just think there's too much fucking talent in the AFC, and I don't know. Like, it's as elite as Mahomes is, it could go a lot of ways in the AFC. Okay, hate or appreciate P. Outside of the Eagles, the NFC is pretty mid and wide open.
Wide open. Yeah,
Wide open.
I gotta appreciate that. Yeah, I gotta appreciate that, and I'm gonna even throw a curveball. You know what? That ain't even a curveball for real. But I mean, I was gonna say the Cowboys may just rival the Eagles this year.
They might.
That's where I'm at. But the NFC is wide open, bro. The Panthers supposed to make the playoffs. That tells me everything I need to know. Wide open. So I appreciate that. I don't know if I said it right. I feel like, is that hate or is that appreciating? I feel like it's appreciating what you said.
I feel like it'd be. I don't know. I feel like appreciate because you agree with me.
Yeah, I agree with you. Hell yeah. Okay. KJK. Hate or appreciate your Nick Sirianni comparisons. Your lookalike comparisons. You hate or appreciate that?
I appreciate, bro. You know, it's nice to be on the sidelines chopping it up with Hurts and the boys and Jason Kelsey, you know, AJ Brown. Elite. All right. Last one. Hate or appreciate Bijan Robinson being a top 6 pick in your fantasy draft.
I'm hating, bro. Fuck Bijan. Fuck Atlanta. We don't roll with no Falcons over here. I do not care. I don't care. I'm gonna regret it. But I'm not rocking with none of that. All I did see was that one preseason carry. I said, damn it, bro. This motherfucker might be cold.
Nah, bro. It's hard for me because I get it. But, like, bro, that rookie wall is different. And also, he lost a couple points to me when bro came out with Bijan mustard.
Yeah, what, bro? Yeah. And Will Levis signing mayonnaise lifetime.
Nah, deals. Bro, the mayonnaise and the coffee and the Bijan mustard. I don't know what they finna call this draft class. The fucking condiment merchants.
Like, I don't know what we doing, bro.
I don't know what we doing either, man. That shit's nasty work. I'll tell you that much.
I like that though. I like that segment. I like the rapid fire.
I do too. All right. Next week is going to be like all NFL. So don't worry. We just didn't want to spoil it all. You know what I'm saying? Season about to start. We didn't want to spoil it all. So we're going to talk a little bit about Team USA and the FIBA World Cup because it starts in, let's see, on the day of recording, it's the 23rd and it starts on the 25th, but it'll be out on the 24th. So it'll be a day before games actually start. So as many of you are probably aware of because of social media, Team USA just had a very questionable outing against Germany. Germany does have some pros over there. They do have Dennis Schroeder was cooking us. Daniel Tice, who can't even be in an NBA game for 5 minutes without picking up 3 fouls, was cooking. So, look, basically, Team USA was getting dropped off. Tyrese Halliburton and Ann Edwards turned up. Team USA comes back and wins the game. So, P, based off what you've seen, I mean, how are you feeling, bro? Because, like, our group is pretty weak. Is Giannis still playing for Greece? I think he might have backed out.
I think he ducking that.
Yeah.
Thank goodness, bro.
They would have been in our group. And from what I've seen, Giannis might have busted our ass by himself. But I'm just saying.
Goodness, bro. They don't like to play defense at all over there. But, I mean, I'm chill. You know what I'm saying? I feel like once the real competition begins, then everything kind of turns around. Stuff gets more serious, starts to sink in a little bit more. But Ant Edwards, dude.
He's so tough.
Ant Jordan, man. That boy is something serious. I mean, I think they'll end up winning it all. Luka's not playing, right? Luka backed out too? Or no, that was sure. Jamal Murray.
I don't remember. I need to go back and look because I think Giannis did.
I know Jamal Murray did. He said he needed rest after a long season.
Oh, yeah. Luka might have, bro, I don't know. Like, so many dudes are backing out last minute. Like, I know Kristaps backed out. It's weird.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think they'll win it. It ain't got to be the prettiest as long as you win. You know what I'm saying? So, I think they'll end up getting it together. That's my take, though. What do you think?
I mean, my biggest problem, and I think this is just a new generation thing, and I understand it's the World Cup. We were talking about it in the multiplicity group chat. Like, if you expect the best 15 players in the league to play in the FIBA World Cup, you just don't know ball. But I have some issues with it. Like, there's so many guys not playing that should be. Like, for example, why the hell is Zach LaVine not playing on this shit? Like, he's not too good for the World Cup. He's not good enough for the Olympic team. There's a lot like LaMelo Ball, for example. I know he's coming off an injury, but I'd rather have LaMelo on the squad than Walker Kessler, bro. Like,
Yeah, I
there's
can't
just
believe Walker Kessler's really on that roster, bro.
there's just too many guys on this team that are like they just don't ever deserve to wear a USA jersey. Like, respectfully, I'm not trying to be, a dick. They're in the NBA. It's a lot more than I can say. But I mean, look, to wear a Team USA jersey, the only guy, even on the 2019 team that stunk, which sucks because that was Tatum and Brown and all them, and the 2014 team, the only guy that was really ass on those teams was Mason Plumlee. That was it. He was like the token ass player that never played. And I feel like these guys are too entitled. They think they're too good. And that shows, even the guys that play on the squad, it shows when they go and play because, bro, what made all those early 2000s USA teams so fucking dominant is that not only did they know they were the best players in the world, they didn't show up acting like Spain was about to hand them a win. They were coming out in the first half, foot on the gas. They were about to make Spain. They were about to make Spain die and be up 30 in the first half and let them know what was up. We just ain't got that anymore, bro. Like, I know it's just exhibition games, but y'all toying around way too much, bro. Like, use those exhibition games to strike fear in some people, bro. Drop Germany and Spain off by 20 to 30 each. Like,
For sure.
I think their egos are too much, and I think it could end up coming back to haunt them because I'm gonna tell you right now, bro, like, y'all got the most talent by far, but you play Canada, Spain, Germany, one of these talented teams, and you show up acting like just because you're the USA and you walking on the court, so you gonna win the game, you're gonna get dropped off, and that's a fact. So get your egos in check,
That's
especially
why.
you, Brandon Ingram. You fucking suck.
But that's what I was saying. Like, once the competition actually starts and like then the group stage and shit starting to get more real, maybe they wake up and they're like, all right, yo, we need to like tighten up because we're talking about egos here. And nobody ego want to be checked because they got dropped off by Juju Jam from Spain. Like nobody
Rudy
like
Fernandez was out there busting their ass.
that's
That's
what
all
I'm
I know.
saying. Like nobody wants to get dropped off by no name that was just plumbing 6 months ago, like MJ era style, and coming to Spain and dropping the US off. Like nobody wants to take that hit to the ego. So I feel like it might get more real. That's just my opinion though.
I
You
hope,
never know.
man. It should be an embarrassment anytime the USA participates in any basketball competition and does not come in first. And that's just a fact. Like,
No, that's true shit.
it's
That's true
just
shit.
it's just insane to me, bro. Like, okay, I trust Ant, I trust Brunson, I trust Halliburton. Um,
You trust Reeves, go and get that out the way. Appreciate you, Tony.
I mean, that's what I was gonna say. Like, respectfully, it's sad. Like, Austin Reeves has probably no, like, listen, hear me out,
I
because
just
it
like
shouldn't be like this. Austin Reeves has dead ass probably been like the fourth or fifth best player on this team so far. That's embarrassing. Like, no disrespect to Austin Reeves, but he should be like the eighth or ninth best player on the squad. Brandon Ingram is ass. I'm sorry, bro, but he's terrible. Like, I've not been so disappointed in someone in so long than I have been watching Brandon. And honestly, I'm disappointed as hell in Paolo too. That man fouls every time he's in the damn
yeah, I don't know what
bro.
bro. I don't know what that
Paolo
is.
and Ingram, man, like, dude, get y'all's brotherhood together,
Bro,
man.
we was just talking about like nobody talks about Paolo and then he come out here doing this. We was
I
just talking
know.
about that.
Fuck, about to
Should
turn that
have
man's last name to Bench Arrow. That man don't need to be on the court.
should have had Franz. He ain't even I don't even know if he could play for the US, but I
He
wish.
probably, hey, they probably both German.
You
I
know
think
what I'm
him and
saying?
Mo German. If he on Germany, they got dropped. They getting dropped off. But I'm just saying, bro. I don't even have a full list in front of me. But if you just go down the rosters, like, all right, let's see. Okay, obviously you're not going to get the top 10 to 15 dudes. Like, you're not getting.
Your
So let's name
bros, your
those guys.
ADs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like you're not getting Braun, KD, obviously Jokic and them don't count because they're not American. You're not getting Braun, you're not getting KD, you're not getting AD, you're not getting Steph, you're
You're
not
not gonna
getting
get Ja. You're not gonna get
Ja, Tatum, Booker, Kawhi. I'm probably
Paul
forgetting some.
George.
Joel Embiid, I guess, could play for the U.S. Paul George, Harden.
All the vets. We can just honestly say all the vets.
Yeah,
Though.
basically all the elite vets. But I'm just saying, I feel like if you go down, like, brother, you're telling me Kuzma couldn't have pulled up to the squad. You're telling me Zach LaVine couldn't have pulled up to the squad. You're telling me some of the people on the select team, like y'all didn't want Cade? Are you drunk? Like, I don't know, man. It's mad confusing to me, like why some of these twos don't play, bro. Like it's very like
What would you
dog.
like to see on the team right now? Just spruce the roster up. Let's do.
Um,
Matter of fact, let's do this real quick. Another hate and appreciate. Like just real quick, just for you. Are you
let
ready?
me let me pull up this damn full roster right quick so I can get a feel for how I would shift this around
Okay.
because it's a bit embarrassing. Because there's some dudes like, why the fuck Josh Hart on the squad? Respectfully,
Man, we like Josh Hart over here, man.
I like him, but he just, I don't think he's good enough. But it's okay. All right, let me get this thing pulled up so I can actually. Yeah, they play Saturday, man. New
Who they
Zealand.
play? Yeah,
I
they
hope
dropping them
Steven
off.
Adams ain't playing. He might drop him off by himself. All right, I got the roster pulled up, man.
All right. You ready for these questions? Just three.
Yeah,
All right, I'm gonna ask you two hate and appreciates on the team, and then I'm gonna ask you. I'm gonna just throw out a player's name, and you tell me if you would like it or hate it on that squad. Are you ready?
yeah.
Viewers, are you ready? I'm ready. All right, look, okay. Hate or appreciate Jalen Brunson on the team.
I appreciate that. Like, I think he is one of the perfect players because he's like top. What would you say, like top 30? Something like
Yeah,
that
give or
in the
take
league.
for sure.
That's about right. Like you should have guys in that like 17 to 35 range in the league.
Okay,
So I like Brunson.
okay. Hate or appreciate off the top of my head. Um, I mean, I just want to hear you glaze him. So Austin Reeves, do you hate or appreciate him? I want to hear you glaze him.
All
As a
right.
Celtics fan, I want to hear you glaze.
Listen. It's honestly a bit of both. I hate that he's having to play the role he's having to play right now. Like I hate that he's having to be the fifth best player on the team because that's just not a good sign for the US. Like it just isn't. But I would appreciate it greatly if he was playing that role that fucking Cam Johnson or Walker Kessler or somebody was playing. Like be the weapon off the bench that doesn't have to carry such a weight offensively. Because bro, like I'm looking at the roster and the guys I would take Austin Reeves over Kessler, Josh Hart. I understand, but like, bro, you're telling me we couldn't have got front court depth somewhere else? Like we needed Kessler and Portis? Come on,
Yeah,
bro.
at least Portis played. You know, he a vet too. Like at least he played.
Like
Pretty cool.
Portis
He
is
played.
cool, but like, bro, our front court is ass. That's why we're getting cooked. I literally sat here and watched Hernan Gomez absolutely cook
Baptized.
Jaren Jackson. Like, come on, bro.
And what are we on?
Depoy.
So let me. I'm gonna throw a bonus one in before I get into my last roster spot. So bonus. Damn. Bonus looking at. So hate or appreciate Steve Kerr as a head coach.
Hate. He's a Steph Curry merchant. Hey, all I'm saying, bro, I feel
KD
like
merchant.
listen,
Draymond
if
merchant.
Steve Kerr was an assistant and like Spo or like Mark Few was the head coach, we'd be chilling. And I think Dion would agree with me because every time we talk about Kerr, he always says he don't think Kerr is really that good of a coach. He's a Curry merchant, bro. Unfortunately.
Okay. I understand. I just had to get you one of those hates. I'm glad you said a hate because we had two appreciates and hate. So last one, hate or appreciate JK, Mikal Bridges being on the FIBA team.
Bro, it's it's a little bit of the same, bro, of how I feel about Reeves. I appreciate him being on the team if he was like the 7th or 8th dude. I do not appreciate him being on the team as what's supposed to be a starter, 3rd, 4th best player on the squad. I do not appreciate that. Like, it's just like, I'm not even trying to disrespect. Mikal Bridges could be a winning player, but we just caught up in what he was doing in Brooklyn, being a good stats bad team, dude. Like, he's not a first option. He's probably not even a second option. So it's like, I don't know. I don't like it. I just, no hate. I understand why guys like him and Cam are on the team, because 3-D, and that's how you win in the World Cup format. But it's the roles that guys are having to play, bro. Like, and the defense is ass. We should have got Marcus Smart or somebody to play.
The
I mean, God
defense is
almighty.
cooked, bro. It's cooked.
They should have got damn 30 whatever year old Drew Holiday to come out there or something, bro. They ain't got no type of defensive leadership. I don't know. Kerr should have got Draymond to come out there, throw a couple punches.
Nah, he was at Brent Fayez with Braun. They weren't going out there.
Oh,
They
God.
weren't going out there.
That motherfucker. I don't know. Fucking Draymond. He's just trying to live it up. He know the Warriors dynasty's over, so he's just living life. But all right. So, there's that little Team USA. I will say my prediction. I think they're gonna win. I think they're gonna win the gold still.
Right. I mean, as you should though.
But not if they don't start taking this shit more seriously. Like, people got to realize the world's not catching the US necessarily, but the world is a lot closer than it used to be. Like, this ain't the 90s when you was pulling up. Like, bro, Tony Kukoc was like a fucking alien back then because he was a elite guy for another country that wasn't the US, and that's why they were like, scouts were all over him, bro. Like, there's one of them on damn near every squad now. Like, this ain't it ain't regular. Like, bro, Spain and Germany got like 5-6 dudes each that done been in the league.
Juju Jean. Like, shout out my dog.
Juju Jean.
Juju Jean.
Oh God, they got Bo Cruz over there, bro. But all right, so before we get into most hated, we got a cool draft. Shout out my boy Nick Smith for this one. He put me and P in a group chat. He said, I got a dope draft that I want y'all to try.
Talk to him.
And so we were like, all right, bet, hit us with it.
Talk to him.
So we're going to do most influential athletes, but it's a twist. It's most influential athletes to us. So, like, for example, Nick came up with this idea because the reason that he grew his hair out back in high school was because Tim Lincecum. He saw Tim Lincecum. He thought the flow was tough, so he started growing his hair out. So stuff like that, relatable stuff that influenced us as viewers.
3 or 5. 3 or 5. Because I could go all day, maybe.
Probably. I say 3. Just the 3 biggest ones. That way we can kind of make it more meaningful. So, P, I'm going to let you go first here.
I'm going to start off with baseball. David Wright. David Wright, man, when I was a kid, I was, baseball, it was whatever for me, and I started playing baseball and I never watched baseball. And the first player I ever watched in baseball was David Wright. And dog, I loved him. I love that 5. I love that, like, he played for a team that wasn't like that great at the time, but like it was still cool. So he always made me stick with the Mets. So definitely David Wright for sure. Most influential for me. One of the ones.
So for me, I'm gonna stay in baseball here. Because as a baseball player, I obviously had some influence from somebody. For me, I'm going to throw this back because this is when I first fell in love with baseball, and I was a pitcher, so it makes sense. Jonathan Papelbon. And he taught me to have the screw everybody except for yourself when you're on the mound. The way he stared down batters, if he hit a batter, he wasn't looking at the batter. He wasn't on some like, oh, sorry. He was straight up like looking at them like he meant to hit them. Like he was striking fear in batters. And that was kind of a mentality that I tried to take with me of like, if I hit someone, I'm going to stare at their ass the whole time they're walking down to first base. Like, I did that shit on purpose. Try me again. Like, the intensity that he brought to the game was different. And so I got to pay my respects to Papelbon.
For sure. Honestly, number 2, I would like to say happy birthday to the legend himself, Kobe Bryant. I mean, bro, he made me a Lakers fan. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, I'm a huge LeBron fan, but Kobe drew me to the game of basketball in general. Like, it was something about him, dog. Like him hitting a game winner, tugging the jersey, coming out, wearing the armband. Like Kobe Bryant did. He was cool, bro. He was what everybody loved. I'm about to win this shit regardless. Sorry, my voice cooked. We was a long day, but I'm about to win this shit regardless. I'm gonna win this game. I'm a champion no matter what anybody says, and I'm gonna do it the way I want to do it. So Kobe Bryant definitely, and this is why we sell Lakers fans today. You know what I'm saying? So got my jersey, my Kobe jerseys over here. And when I'm looking at it, got my hands on it. So happy birthday, man. Hope that man, you know what I'm saying, resting and his daughter and stuff. So gotta love Kobe. Definitely influential.
Yeah. No, respect for sure. God almighty, bro. This is like, you don't realize how many there is until you start thinking about it. And it's like, dog, like, what in the world do I do here? God almighty. I'm gonna pay some homage to Pierre's Carolina Panthers here. Just being from Charlotte and watching this man. I'm gonna be honest, bro. I gotta say Steve Smith. Just like, he was undersized, but the most tenacious dude on the field at all times. He didn't back down from anybody. Like, he was the reason that, you know, that short receivers kind of are the way they are today. Like, not taking shit from anybody. And I wasn't short. Like, I'm 6 foot tall, but like, you know, there's times undersized on a basketball court, you know, wherever. And Steve Smith just kind of, you know, watching him just kind of teaches you that I don't care how big you are mentality. I got that dog in me. And that's it.
Number 3, man, we're going to kick it all the way over. A lot of people might disagree. Not even disagree, but a lot of people that like might not even know. But I'm going to say the early 2000s. This ain't even one person. Early 2000s WWE wrestlers. For sure. Randy Orton, John Cena, Rey Mysterio, Shawn Michaels, Triple H. What they did for us, a lot of kids, nerd kids, whatever, however you believe, what they did for us was crazy. We was in school doing DX chops. We was outside RKOing people. We outside pedigreeing people, put people on the walls of Jericho. The WWE, bro, I owe a lot to you, bro. There could have been 1,000 things I could have been doing. I could have been in the streets. I could have been doing something I ain't got no business doing, but instead I was in my crib on Monday and Friday nights watching y'all wrestle, bro. So thank y'all, bro. I swear to God, I will always love WWE for that, for sure.
Hey, this next one, and maybe we'll do an honorable mention after this one, but another baseball guy. And I say this, and you might be able to guess who it is off this hint, Pete. This is the man who inspired me. And yes, this is a little insane to say, but as an 8th grader, I was growing facial hair. This is a fact. This is the man who inspired me in 8th grade to grow a beard. absolute legend, Brian Wilson. When that man was on the Giants, dog, he had that James Harden beard before James Harden even had a beard. And bro, like, he literally made a name off of being the beard, and that shit made me want to grow a damn beard. And so I looked at my dad. At that point in time, I had the sideburns and I had the goatee and the mustache, and it wasn't fully connecting yet. No offense, P. I know you're not connecting yet either, but but I literally told my dad, I was like, look, it's baseball season. I want a beard. I ain't shaving. So, bro, you can see we won the county championship in 8th grade. I had the damn Elvis sideburns with like a little bit of hair here, a goatee, and a mustache because I was trying to be like him. I wanted the damn beard.
It's a W mention. Shout out Brian Wilson. And his card on MLB The Show is always a dog, so I always appreciate him. My honorable mention is kind of split in half. I kind of gotta want to go. Obviously, LeBron. I mean, you got a dude that has all these worldly expectations of him, and he's never really like in the headlines of doing terrible shit like being a bad person or anything like that. And I mean, I know people crack jokes about the China shit and all that shit, but like he ain't never really done nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's either been hella rumors about the dude, but he ain't done nothing but be great. And whatever he broke that scoring record, he had his family with him, and you're just like, damn, bro, he's been with that woman he was with since high school. He got this great family. Like he's still striving to be the best he can be without cheating the game, like you said. That's some inspiring shit. And slash Cam Newton, bro, you had Future and Jeezy on the sideline of Charlotte. When is the last time him, bro? I'm not a Hornets fan or a Bobcats fan, but bro, the things him and Kemba had Charlotte on, nuts, bro. Absolutely nuts. So if you're a charlatan, if you don't like the Panthers, if you don't like the Hornets, if you hate both of those teams, you at least gotta know. Everybody know in Charlotte who Cam Newton was and who Kemba Walker was. And that's a fact. It's a fact.
Yeah. My honorable mention. It's not really necessarily. I guess I would give most of the credit to one person, but it's a mixture of the big three Celtics / Paul Pierce. Obviously, Paul Pierce, the analyst, is a different level of idiot, but obviously my dad is from Boston, so I grew up watching Boston sports, and Paul Pierce started on some pretty bad teams. He started to turn the corner to where they made the trade for the big three. And that first year of the big three, I was 9 turning 10. And that's what made me fall in love with basketball, like, deeply, and what made me fall in love with the Celtics. Like, watching that final series against the Lakers back to back, even though they didn't win both of them, like, that shit made me fall in love with the game even more. Like, I had obviously been playing it since I was like 4 or 5, but that just made me, like, I watched the NBA religiously after that, because I was like, oh my God. And obviously, like, seeing how hype my dad was watching the Celtics win again, because they hadn't won since, up until that point, I think it had been 20 years, 22. Actually, I can look, 22 years.
Since I'm gonna say I saying it
since Bird. So my dad was happy, and yeah, man, it's just that shit made me fall in love with the game again. But yeah, that was a fun ass draft, man. Shout out Nick for that. Don't worry, I'm gonna be hitting you. I'm gonna be hitting you up and letting you know we did this. But P, you know what time it is, man. I'm gonna say some more Paul shit. We done a great job running the 2-man, but it's time for most hated. So, you want me to go first, or you want to go first? You know, we only got 2 people going this week.
We have the same most hated this week.
Hey, I got multiple. I'm not gonna lie, but we do have the same main one.
We had the same main one. Okay, so let me get on the main one then. Kyle Shanahan, San Francisco, y'all bozos, straight bozos, bro. I mean, to me, and really, bro, it's just, I mean, F it, bro. We gonna bring race into it. Unfortunately, bro, it's just how black quarterbacks are treated in general.
Nah, it is mad, bro.
It's crazy, bro.
To
What are we
trade,
doing?
listen, to trade up for that pick to take Lance, he gets hurt. You make him a third stringer and say you're not going to develop him anymore, basically. Bro, to do that, that's a different level of racism, bro. To completely throw away
You
the
bury that
pick.
man. And it ain't even that. It's the amount of dirt that they were throwing on this man's name. Like, yo, he just don't process things well. He don't practice hard. He not a leader, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Like, bro, y'all are burying this man's career before he get off the ground. You threw him in that Chicago game for him to get hurt. You didn't you don't do nothing for the kid. And then you talking about you got a QB1 competition. You saying the only way another dude loses his job is if he plays bad. He throws 3 picks the next practice.
Bro, I'm pretty sure he's already
So,
thrown like 10
so
in
like, bro,
practice.
like, what are we like? What are we doing, bro? That's what I'm saying. I can't rock the Niners, bro. If you bang Niner game, you lame as hell. Sorry,
Nah, like, look,
shit. That's how I'm feeling.
I hope they suck. Like, I hope that they win 4 to 6 games. And I hope this is finally the year that Kyle Shanahan can't get away with having utterly terrible quarterback play because it's just bad. Like, I tweeted it today. They're putting on a clinic for how not to treat quarterbacks. Like, they're putting on a clinic. Like, they're going to be the blueprint of what not to do.
It's literally the worst thing. Like, bro, I think it's crazy though that like how black quarterbacks are treated in the NFL, bro. Like, it took Lamar Jackson, a former MVP, like obviously when did Lamar win MVP? Not even 3 years ago. So like, you don't even give him money. Like, you don't even give him a contract. Like, what do we on? I mean, they finally did, but it took hella talking, hella all this. It's annoying, bro. The way they used to do Cam, like, it just bothers me, bro. The Trey Lance shit tipping me over the iceberg, dog, for real, because that's just so messed up beyond so many
It's
levels,
terrible.
bro.
And
It's
they had
bad.
already been trifling before that, though.
For sure. Right on.
Like,
Tell the people.
bro, they've been on one. It's
Talk
bad.
to them.
So I got 2 extra ones. For
Talk to them.
starters, Stephen A. Smith, bro, for a couple reasons. One, why you lying on air talking about MJ texted you saying Magic is greater than Steph? MJ did not hit your phone up, Stephen A. Come on now,
That
bro.
was low key OD though. That
That was
was OD.
insane, bro. Ain't no way Michael Jeffrey Jordan is hitting up Stephen A. Smith. I'm sorry, bro, but that is not happening. He ain't even got your number. But anyways, the second reason is obviously the Lonzo shit, bro. That is a lame ass response and an L from Stephen A. Lonzo did not once claim to be healthy. He literally claimed that what you said about him not being able to sit was
Was
false,
cap.
and that is true. And it hurt your feelings that your little source was inaccurate. So you tried to come at him about him not being healthy. That's lame. That's loser stuff. Like, I don't know how else to say it. Like, that is literally loser shit. He literally just proved to you that he could sit and stand. He did not say, I'm healthy, I'm playing this year. He said, I'm coming back at the end, but he knows he's hurt, bro. But your response was lame. Like, if you're really that upset because you're wrong and your source was wrong,
Let's just
you need
call
to
it what it
look in the
is
mirror.
about Stephen A, bro. Like, yeah, he'd go Winston-Salem State, North Carolina representative. Shout out him for that. But the more and more you watch him, bro, the more and more it just seems like he's sold out. So it's just like it's just lame to me. It'd be lame behavior. So,
And I hate to say it because I met the dude in Charlotte at All-Star Weekend. I'm sure if you follow me, you've seen the picture of me and Stephen A. We talked for like 15 minutes because that was when I was in journalism school. So I was talking to him about shit. Stand up, dude. I can tell you from meeting him, he did sell out, and that shit is all an act because how he acts in a normal environment, it's not even the same person, bro. It's completely different.
bad, bro.
But the other one is Dylan Dennis. And
whoa,
no, listen. It's not the shit talk. I respect the shit talk and it's fire. But someone made a point and I just couldn't help but agree. Bro, they doing all this shit too early. I thought this fight was in a week. This
I
shit
did
not
too.
till October 14th.
Yeah, I
No
thought it
one's
was
giving a
close.
fuck by the time this fight comes around, bro. Y'all push this stuff way too early. That's why it's my most hated. Bro, save some ammunition. I literally thought this fight was in like 1 to 2 weeks. For real. It is in a month and a half. What are we on, bro? What kind of promo is this?
Bro, I ain't gonna lie, bro. That like KSI, Logan. One thing I like about Jake is like Jake a troll, but he definitely takes the fight process way more serious. Like Jake tries to sell tickets. KSI and Logan really believe that they are the truth at boxing, bro. And it blows my mind, yo. Like it blows my mind. I already be out with Logan Paul anyway, bro. You scammed your fans, and then you kick one of your best homies off your podcast because his religion and stuff like that, bro. You've been on that with that weird shit, bro. Great WWE performer though. I give you credit, but you as a person be tripping sometimes. And how you not? And then on top of that, Logan Paul definitely one of my most haters. How you not gonna stand up for your shorty? How you just gonna get a cake made for bro and throw it at him? How you not gonna stand up for your shorty on Twitter? You not gonna, bro? Me and Dylan Dennis would have been boxing outside, off rip. Hey, beyond me though. Beyond me.
Yeah. I mean, look, at the end of the day, no one's going to care about that fight in 2 months when it rolls around because you're making it trend now. So whatever. But yeah, look, the first ever time that it was just me and P, I had a blast, always good chopping it up with my boy. We go way back, like seats in the Cadillac, and it's just a good time always. We obviously going to start rotating a bunch of guests on. There probably will be some more 2-mans, big Pauls coming. But yeah, we're going to have guests in rotation all football season. We look forward to talking a lot of football with y'all. And until next time, only haters, we out.